let me confirm that very quickly before I do anything else. Alright, let me show that I have everything set up and ready to go. Everything's on the right screen. Perfect. Yippee. Alright. Welcome everyone to Music Monday. We do this every week. We show off what we've been working on in the past week, and we work on something new. This week's a little dry on content. I'm not gonna lie. So let me break it down for you guys. Monday after last week, Music Monday was the last time I actually worked in Pro Tools. I'm taking new classes this semester, none of which actually require me to write music. They're all about the study of something else. So I'm taking an acoustics class, which is the study of sound and how it reverberates in a room. So that's more science and math based. Music cognition, which is more of a how would I describe it? It's more of like a mental like free writing class where we talk about the implications of music and how it's affected and where it like plays its role in society. So it's more of like a thought-provoking class, more of like a literature class. Well, I say literature because I have to write a lot of essays, but in reality, that's not it. Um, I don't know, like a human. I'll call it a human science class, really, or a social science. It's a social science class, and then the last one I'm taking is world music composition, right? Yeah, world music composition, which is basically just the study of like how different cultures around the world do their music. Maybe I'll be writing in like certain styles, but I highly doubt it. I think more what the class is going to be is it's going to be like learning like the different techniques and the different indicators to show like which culture it comes from, which I'm fine with. It's just going to be a really big slog to get through that stuff. Which it's kind of upsetting because I thought this it's my second to last semester. I start my final semester of school in 11 weeks. Um, yeah, I think let's just go ahead and let's start off with. So we were doing a work stream earlier, working on the Deep Space OST, and this is pretty much what we got done. From that stream, we're gonna quickly go over it, and we'll continue working on it live on stream. So let's take a listen to what exactly has changed. It's so cool. I'm really enjoying this. Something else has got to come in and measure 73 or 72, I think. And that's where it's left off right now. I want to try and get it to around 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Try and make it on the longer side of tracks. I think I saw that it was going to be in my top like 5 to 8 tracks in terms of like length and how long it is, which is interesting. So I'm really happy with how this track is turning out. We were working on this earlier. If you guys want to go check out the VOD for that, I highly recommend it because it's a really interesting process to see how everything gets made and everything gets unfolded. So we need something like, to come in on measure 72 here. Something that's going to be, I'd say, coming in and out, so every like other or something if I had to eyeball it. And then we also need like a melody coming in at measure 104. Or maybe even measure 96. Because right now the end is just sort of really repetitive. I'm trying to build on top of it, but we need to make sure that everything is sounding great. Alright, so very quickly, before we pick up a new instrument, let's look at what we have. Maybe I feel okay. I actually don't want to do the voices because I think the voices are going to get really drowned out. They're not going to be able to stand out much. So I don't think we have any instruments that I really want to add in here. Actually, okay, I'm going to give this a try and we're going to see how it goes. What much are we doing? We're doing 80? No. We're doing 72. It's not this. It can't be this, but I'm willing to keep it on the back burner for now. Regular 4.6. I think I'll leave it there for now. I don't see a reason to raise the volume just yet, so we're just gonna roll with it as is. All right. Let's get a new instrument in here. What instrument, you ask? That is a good question. I do not know. Okay, what instruments haven't we used from... I think we've used every single instrument. Okay, take that back. We haven't used Beginning of Time, but I don't see Beginning of Time really fitting in here well. I think we've used pretty much every instrument that we can from Message from Deep Space, which is pretty much the catalyst of everything. It's the foundation that holds everything. Mini Grand. No, we don't really need a piano for this. We have one that we can use. Richness. I guess we haven't used Richness yet, but I feel like it wouldn't fit that well considering the instruments that we're using. Benefit of the Horizon, using that. Twice, might I add. Choir Women's Mms, yep, we're using that. Irish Harp, we're using that. Choir Full Swell from O to an Ah, we're not using that because it doesn't fit. Knocking, we're using that. Retro Strum, that's a transition. Hang on. That is an interesting one. I was talking earlier about how I needed a new instrument. Or I needed a better transition. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Honestly, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just copy it over. I'm not even gonna like. I'm just gonna export the transition, since I feel like it was done pretty well, and I don't want to have to recreate it, because that would just be more work than exporting the audio file and then plopping it back in. Have to set up the instrument, have to get everything recorded properly, have to bounce the audio from that recording, have to duplicate it, flip it backwards, line everything up properly. It's just better if we already use what's here. If it decides to load, that is. How's everyone doing today? VOD watchers, live chatters. Okay. Let's go ahead and... where is it? It's Hits and Bits, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Hang on. Where does it end? Right here. Should be good. Let's mix. Transition. Yeah, go ahead and do it. It's not getting published. Doesn't need an artist name attached to it. Back to holographic message Deep Space. Don't save. The holographic message. My bad. I just went the holographic message from Deep Space, just continuing the thought. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Okay. So I've got Emergence playing in my head for some reason. By Sleep Token. Just thinking of the line, Tell me what you meant by living past your half-life. In lockstep with the universe, but you're well versed with the afterlife. That's like just playing in my head constantly. I don't know why. It's my earworm for the day. I have this thing where I get just random earworms, like every other day. I don't know why. I think yesterday, I'm trying to remember what yesterday's was. It was something from Disney because I was at the parks. I want to say it was the Mickey Mouse Club theme. So I got that stuck in my head for a little bit. And I think Saturday was the Fantasmic music. So I was really excited to see Fantasmic one more time before my pass expired. Yeah, come on, load whenever, please. That'd be fantastic, fantastic and great. Secretly, I've been wanting to like recompose Fantasmic music just for fun. Debating that should be a stream thing or not because I think technically the music is copyrighted. But it'd be an interesting challenge because A, it's like 28 minutes worth of music. B, it's a lot of orchestration. C, it goes through several different genres. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to try this. I want to see if I can work on something this big. I don't think I've done a 20. I've definitely not done a 28-minute long track, but you get one picking down, pick up one and throwing down. It's of that nature that I want to do. So maybe that'll be something that we do once I graduate in September. Do I have a date for that? I definitely should have a date that like all my work should be finished by. Let me take a look at that. What is the date? Summer semester starts on June 30th. September 21st is the day that I should be done. So I'm excited for that day. I'm probably going to do nothing on that day. I'm going to be just in bed. Work non-existent. Okay, I need that audio file. Where did it go? It went to the Worlds 2, right? Yes, it did. It went to the Worlds 2 file. This is nowhere near where I need it to be. Where did I need it? Was it over here? Yeah, okay, it was over there. Alright, I need to bring this up so I can work off this transition here. Can I swap this out? Let's see how it sounds better. Maybe, okay, maybe we do need richness. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Because I think... I was afraid I didn't spell it right. Because I kind of want to put a little more emphasis on that baseline. Yeah, there we go. Let's add a little bit of grit to it. Just a tiny bit of distortion. Let's start here. Let's try this very quickly. I just want to hear how it sounds, because I want there to be like a handoff from one bass to another. I don't want both these basses fighting and then they both end up just destroying the mix. I think that'll work for now. Can I add another layer to this out of curiosity? I decide that I want to do this. that's not what I wanted to do. I want to just increase this part right here. I'm trying to make it so that we can hear the strings. Okay. I'm trying to learn from my mistake of message from deep space. I think one of my biggest issues was on the climax. Everything is just so muddy. So, like, the trumpets sound really watery. I don't even think you can hear the strings at this point. So, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna redo the mix on this. And it's probably gonna take a long time to get done, because I gotta hit this thing with a fine tuner. Because, holy crap, there's a lot of stuff that, like, I wish I could go back and fix. I think one of the biggest things being, probably the Lost Discs album. There's a lot of stuff in there that I wish I did a little better. I think, for example, let's take Inversion for a second. Inversion was my first attempt at doing, like, an EDM style track. And it just didn't land properly, because I didn't really know what I was doing back then. But I also feel like I wouldn't be here where I am now without I keep wanting to call it Electropop. That was its project file name. Without Inversion. Man, okay. And then what else? There's a few other tracks that I've made. I hope that they're not on the internet anymore. But I think there are some tracks out there on the internet that were very atrocious at the time, but now I'm a lot better, and I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't experiment with the concept beforehand, specifically relating to lyrical music. If you find what I'm talking about, please never bring it up to me. I'd actually cry if anyone brought up secrets of my past that I didn't want brought up. On the music side of things, I don't think there's anything embarrassing on the YouTube side. Other than just being a regular teen with a camera. That sounds bad. I mean, just... I'm still not liking these a whole lot. Remind me what this is again? Okay, we'll bring this back right here. someone needs to take this melody over. Maybe you? Let's try it. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, I want to hear this whole climb up from the climax from the. Oh, I am having a stroke today. I want to hear this climax from right before it starts. We are having a great day with the English lexicon, ladies and gentlemen. Take that back. I want to go ahead and remove these because I think it'll be better if we just do it right here. Okay, this is gonna sound really crazy, but what if we move everything down a key? I'm curious to play around with this. Okay. Alright, what can I move and what can't I move? This cannot move, I don't think. Oh no, yeah, no, this can't move. It's the knocking that can't, which is track 10? Track 9. Okay, yeah, that works. Alright, I think much for the better if I do this. I'll say we move it down. How's that sound? Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. This sounds more adventurous in a way, which I wanna chase. Sort of that adventurous sound. These do not need to be so atrociously long. Let's get those shrunk down very quickly. Same with this. Okay, doesn't sound too bad. I think we'll go ahead and we'll leave it there for now. All right, I want to hear this new version in its entirety. I skimmed through it because I just want to see if it worked in theory. Let's give it a try. don't need those there. Okay. That'll do. We need to do some readjustments though, because I think some audio levels sort of got shuffled around. I like how it's quiet here. It's just very subtle. It's not overbearing at the beginning. I like that. That's a really cool transition. I don't know how everything just fit together perfectly, but it did. All right. Well, I feel like now's a better time than ever to. I don't even know what key we're in anymore. G minor? Yeah, we're in G minor now. We can work with that. Here, I'll mark it down just so we know. Minor key, it's G minor. Alright, I think it's going to be the end of it. What? I don't feel good ending it like that. How do I want to end it? Maybe like that. Try that. Yeah, okay, that'll work. Okay, so that's what, 440? Sweet, okay. Man, it's very not Magic of the Forest. It's very Message from Deep Space coded. And I wanted to change the key because it follows message directly in the soundtrack. So I wanted to make sure that everything was very cohesive and everything sounded a bit different, but also wanted to keep elements the same because man, that would suck if like you create this really cool soundtrack, but none of the tracks sound like they belong together. It'd be like you're listening to like a radio or something, which actually might be a cool concept for an album. I've been listening to C418's Wonder Stop album, and then also C418's Wonder Stop FM album, which I believe is the in universe music. I've yet to play Wonder Stop. I really want to. Um, but I've got some other things on my plate right now, and I can't really get to Wonder Stop yet. So that unfortunately will have to be I have to have a pin put in it for now. But I'm excited to go to it, to play it. It seems like a fun game, made by the guy who wrote the Stanley Parable. Also a really good game. Okay, this is a really complex track. In total, we have 23 different instruments. We sort of just kept building and building. I can't remember where we ended off last live stream. Here, let's take a look very quickly. Did I just upload it? I want to quickly see if I uploaded to the bots channel. I think we did. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, okay. So let's quickly take a reminder of where we were last week, since I think this is a great point of reference. We had only like 8 tracks in here. And we weren't really happy with anything that we were writing. Everything was a lot slower. We didn't really know what we were doing. I don't want to tell it. I want to try working with it. Anything else on top of it, like a. So it's kind of interesting to see where we came from and where we ended up. I always love doing the comparisons. I think the one that I always have on file is like, um, not Message from Deep Space. It's from it's from Sonic Games Volume 3, I believe. 3? No, might be 2. I think it's 2. Let me take a look very quickly. I would know the track if I saw it. It's not Do They Exist. So Swords Radiate Clouds into the future, the moon rises. A world worth exploring, that's it. I love just having. I think I have a video somewhere. I need to find it. Is it on my drive? It might be on my drive, or I should say in my server. It is. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to like keep everything hidden, but here's what it originally looked like, the project file. Very simple, very bare bones when we first wrote it. We had the ideas and we knew what we wanted. So it's very interesting to see where we came from this. Very quickly to this. And you can really hear where like where things grew and where things were sort of shifted around. So yeah, that's I kind of got sidetracked on that note, but it's cool. It's cool always looking at like the before and the early stages and then the final product. I need to do more of that. Maybe find some like footage of stuff that we did on live streams a while ago, where things were incomplete and then now they're fully complete. The before and after. It's just so cool. It's so fun. Okay. It's only 8:30. We've been going for what? Almost an hour? Yeah. I kind of want to start a new piece. Let me quickly check very quickly. I have something that I wanted to work on here. Okay, so I think it's probably a good time to start with some. I'm trying to think. Okay, so I think it's probably time to start working on another piece for commission work. Let me remind myself what I have exactly and what I need to do. So, oh, you know, okay, I don't think we've talked about this, but let's go ahead and let's open that up. I'll briefly go over this because I do really like this track. It's kind of it's not kind of, it was really fun to make, to get back into things the way I used to do it. So it's a smaller track for sure, but I still really enjoy it. So let's listen to this, since I think I started this on a stream I don't remember if it was last week or not. No, it definitely wasn't last week. I started this on like the 25th, the week of the 25th. I think this will also be coming out in December, which will be fun. There's still some more work that needs to get done on this track. I need to like do the fine tuning, but this is pretty much done. You know, technically, I think this could get passed off as something from the Deep Space OST. I think there's a few differences from this and the Deep Space OST, and I'll talk about them afterwards. All right, so yeah, that's basically the track. It is a very grand and ominous track. Um, I won't say what it's for, but it was supposed to be like a track to give you like this very grand scale thing, like to show you the perspective of everything, and then also, it's not exactly a sunshine and rainbows type place, so had to have a little bit of that ominous feel in it, which I feel like I really hit this on the head. I was really proud of this. Okay, Friday night, or I should just say Friday in general. I was extremely busy. I pulled an all-nighter in order to get this stuff done, and then immediately went into Saturday, where I spent all day walking around Disneyland. I've never felt more exhausted in my life. But Friday night at around 4 a.m. is when we finished this track. I don't know what I was on or what I was thinking, but holy crap, this came out amazing. Um, I'm particularly a fan of just how everything meshes. Like, this section right here really just shows the scale of everything. It's like you're underwater almost. In order to accomplish this, I leaned back into my old ways, sort of referencing some old material from specifically the Minecraft Reimagined era of my work, of what I did. So, it's. How do I put this? I wanted to chase after that Minecraft Reimagined feel for this track in particular. I was looking at like Lakes of Lava in particular, all the Nether tracks, because I thought those would be pretty good examples of like what I could be doing. And I don't know, it turned out pretty well. Um, I I looked up all of the previous samples that I used. I think these are all mainly there. All mainly samples from that era, except Phoenix Rising. This one's new. This one's new. I think this one I use in Lakes of Lava. Yeah, that one I use in Lakes of Lava. This one's very iconic from that soundtrack. This one's also in that soundtrack a lot. This one's. I want to say this one's not, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. Same sample. Also from the Minecraft Reimagined soundtrack. I think this one's new. I could be wrong though. Let me take a look. This one's new. But I really like the sound. So yeah, overall, I was chasing that Minecraft Reimagined sound. And so I let myself dip back into my old ways. Because nowadays I'm writing such complex pieces. I'm writing such cinematic and like these really elongated pieces. Like everything from like the Minecraft, or not Minecraft, everything from the Deep Space OST is like so thought out. Everything that I'm doing for homework is like so like nitpicky, and like I'm going after like these certain things in the music. This one I just wrote because I wanted to. I wanted to do something that just felt nice. It felt like me again. Even though technically everything that I do is me, this one just felt a little more personal and a little bit more back where I was rooted in 2020 to 2021. So I don't know. I'm always like constantly looking to like work on my music, work on my style, get it honed in. But something about just going back to the basics, going back to the roots, and just making something just simple and nice. It's sort of where my head's at. Because, like, if we open up the Minecraft Reimagined soundtrack, there's nothing impressive about it. Like, Blue Orchids, where are you? Blue Orchids has, like, the same arpeggiation pattern throughout the whole thing. Dun, 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 dun. And this goes on for 3 minutes, mind you. And that's how pretty much all these songs are. They're just very simple. They're very bare bones. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've grown, I've learned, I've created more intricate, more complex, thought out tracks. I think Blue Orchids only had like maybe 4 instruments. One bass, one piano, one kalimba, and then like one synth. That's all it took. And that's pretty much how the entire soundtrack is. Like, you could open up like a track like this. This only has maybe 3 instruments in it. Okay, maybe 4. This one only has like 4 as well. I think it's just so interesting how you can look at my music and you can definitely hear the journey. Keeping in mind as well that I have been streaming the entire process. I thought about that the other day. I I started streaming my music, I think back in like 2019. I could probably find my first live stream. You know what? That's a fun idea. Let's go ahead and let's find our first live stream. It's on the main channel. That much I know. It's probably not as buried as I think. 4 years ago. It's Walmart Manor. I started music before COVID hit. Okay, 5 years ago. Crazy. I think I designed this just sitting on a lunch bench. Ignore the fact that the starting screen is atrocious. But back then, I was using some very interesting software. Oh, jeez. Okay. But this is the one that we heard also in the beginning. That's crazy, though. That's crazy how much of a difference has, like, how much the music has changed. Better. But usually I do chord. So yes, okay. I'm not actually gonna play this because, well, you know. But thinking about it, Crystal River. Yes. What? Can this wait or? No. Okay. All right, chat. I will be back in just 1 second. I'm going to. What do I want to play? I'll leave the music playing. All right, I will be back, chat. Give me just 1 second. All right, chat. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Unfortunately, I have to end stream. There's no raid. I gotta go. Thank you all so much for joining. I'll catch you all on Wednesday for Lunchbox. All right. I will catch you all later.